city by the way it wakes up for war. In New Antioch, it starts with the sirens. Long, rising wails that cut through every district from the manufactories to the upper tiers. Then the ground starts to vibrate as the mech bays open. I was already on shift when the order came down.
Heavy Mechanised Infantry, forward deployment. Western breaches confirmed.
That's all we needed. The bay lights snapped to red. Fuel crews sprinted between the frames. Pilots dropped into the harnesses while we engineers swarmed the suits like ants on steel giants. These machines aren't sacred. They're not symbols. They're tools, built by the Principality for one purpose: to end whatever threatens the walls. I was under Unit 32 Gamma, tightening the actuator clamps when the first tremor hit, not from mechs, from artillery. Our artillery. The counter-battery guns on the western ridge had opened up, meaning the enemy wasn't probing anymore, they were advancing. We rolled out in formation, 20 suits across, each one a walking slab of armour and hydraulics. The air filled with the smell of diesel and hot metal. Every footfall shook dust from the trench supports. When we reached the outer line, the infantry were already falling back. That's when I saw the horizon. It wasn't a swarm, it was a front. A moving wall of shapes pouring over the fields. Too many to count. The mechs didn't hesitate. The first line opened up with the miniguns, the barrels spinning into a deafening roar. A curtain of tracer fire swept the field, cutting down the front ranks and forcing the rest to scatter. Behind them, the closed combat frames surged forwards. They hit the enemy line like collapsing buildings, every impact sending shockwaves through the mud. I ran behind them, toolkits slamming against me hip, patching coolant leaks, replacing sheared bolts, kicking jammed stabilisers back into place while the pilots fought above me. Miniguns rattling, engines screaming, steel fists smashing through anything that got close. We pushed them back, not with fear, not with faith, with force, with the industrial might of the Principality. But even as the fields cleared, I saw movement in the distance. Not retreating, not scattering, regrouping. This wasn't their full strength. This was the opening push, and standing there in the mud, oil dripping from me gloves, engines cooling around me like iron beasts catching their breath, I realised something. The siege of New Antioch hadn't been broken, it had just begun.